They remember.
Stream has started.
Good.
So we talk about good, healthy, traditional Mexican and Mexican-American parenting that's apparently illegal now.
Only in some states.
This is
And
how
I'm
I
not
was
talking the
raised.
states of Mexico.
I'm unaware of what you're referring to.
No.
It all stems from my new haircut.
For legal
Yeah, I mean-
reasons, due to me being a mandated reporter, I am unaware of anything being discussed at the moment.
I'm not listening.
I have.
Is that a meatwad voice?
It
sounded
could
like
have been,
one.
but no, I was going with Gollum, like where he's
Oh,
like not
okay.
listening to himself.
Oh, okay.
But Mutewide would have also been acceptable. You know what? I want to learn how to milk a cow.
You know, I don't think, Danny, did you watch Hammer and Bolter?
Yes, I did. I'm caught up on all of them.
Okay. Yeah, I thought the last one. I like the fact that,
I didn't watch
like
it,
I
but
mentioned in
don't
the
care
chat,
about
that they. Huh?
I don't care about spoilers, but I didn't watch
I wasn't concerned about you. Don't worry.
it. I
Um,
know. We know this about me at this point.
how they almost not. I don't want to say humanize, but they give more character to like the non-Imperium factions.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes them.
They made
fuller
Trazen seem human?
creatures.
I don't want to say humanize, but if there's a part where the Chaos Space Marine Terminator guys are like bickering,
I love
and
that.
it's basically like when like we bicker. It's like, what, you don't want to do this? You scared? What's the matter with you?
That's like
That's more or less what he said.
okay, but
Yeah.
to be fair, that's reading the Wordbearers novels.
Nah.
The Wordbearers bicker a lot in the omnibus, and like the Terminators even argue about like the proper placement of the melta-bombs on the knee of the Titan at their atoll.
That's great.
You know,
Which
so
kind of checks out because, like, if you're a Terminator, you're the best of the best, as it were. But depending upon which legion you are, you're also full of yourself. So, of course, a squad of elites that are like the first of the chapter are like, "No, you're an idiot. That's how you do it. Nah, that's how you do it." I don't know.
I just thought of it more of like, you guys have been fighting together for 10,000 years. You're gonna bicker like old married couples.
Yes, that's more or less what it is.
fair enough. I mean, yeah, if you've been together 10,000 years, man, could you imagine the four of us being stuck together for 10,000 years?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a circle of hell.
Tom would be dead first. I know that much.
No, that's the thing is that this is
Tom and I would do the respectable white man thing and disappear when we go to get milk.
Hey, I'm gonna go do a quick real space raid on this outpost.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I need to go pick up some glow sticks.
Airborne says he can't imagine being around himself for 10,000 years.
That reminds me of, there's a great show that was on for a couple seasons called like Alone, and it was like a crazy survivalist show where they dropped like 10 people off in the
yeah, I
middle of
remember that one.
And it was just funny because the guys who were really good at what they were doing, they lasted a couple months, like they would last weeks and weeks, but every person who won was just like some kind of crazy dude who was just like, oh yeah, no, you got to be able to like yourself, because when you're just alone with yourself for this long, like if you haven't come to Jesus with what really bothers you about yourself, you just ain't gonna make it. This big redneck just like sitting there like singing operas and things, like, oh yeah, no, I love opera.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and start, Adam.
Yes, I guess. Wait, real quick. What were the prizes again? Or who gets what? I forgot already.
You told me earlier.
I know. That's why I tell you guys stuff.
The people who like our page are in the raffle for the
That's the vehicle, right?
or for the vehicle. People who on the
Patreon,
Twitch stream,
Twitch, and then Twitch is the demons.
Twitch is the demons, and then Patreon is the ITC terrain.
Okay. We'll pick two from Patreon. One will be the ITC terrain, and one will be the Hammerhead Games. I have a set of Hammerhead Games terrain.
Oh, nice.
Cool. All right.
All right, so either way, getting some terrain.
All right.
Look at that.
So ready?
No, but go ahead.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You're on.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 100th episode of TFG Radio.
Twitch stream.
Twitch edition.
Right.
I
there's like-
don't have any sound effects.
How many total is there then? There's a lot.
Yeah.
Total there, counting the bonus episodes, has to be at almost maybe two. I want to say 250, but I don't think it's that many. I think it's like 225, 230 maybe.
Right.
Nice.
So we did 100. We did about 98, 99 like straight weeks, and then had a couple hiccups, and then the Twitch was every other week. I think since more or less.
And then the random bonus episodes.
Yeah. Which are about, I think, 20 something bonus episodes. So we're at about 20, almost 230. So.
Nice.
And this is February would be year 6. I want to say starting of year 7. I think. I don't know.
No idea when you guys started.
I don't remember. I know we recorded in October and then put them out in like the couple weeks before LVO when it was in like February.
Right.
So I think 2015, because it was the second LVO I went to.
Got it.
So yeah, 2015.
Okay. You need to get to the part where you introduce all of us, because that's the important part.
No, the important part's talking about me.
No.
It's the podcast. If we're
I need my equal attention
continue.
cake.
As you can hear and somewhat see, today we are joined by John on the Wheels of Steel, as always. Danny.
Hey.
Who's what are you painting, Danny?
Finally finishing like 30 bloodletters I've had since they were on 25 mils.
30. Good God.
It's all contrast and easy stuff. I should be done mostly tonight.
And I believe he's here. Tom, because we can't see him. For some reason, his camera's off.
There's a T for Tom.
But there's a T for Tom.
I can put it back on temporarily. Where am I?
Why can't you have it on at all?
Nope, that's.
I just turned it off for a second.
That's definitely.
All it shows is all it doesn't show anything.
There we go.
Nope.
There it is.
There we go. Wow, that's a very. I was blinded for a second there because of the glare from Tom.
That's part of the reason why I hit the camera.
When was the last time you saw the sun, bro?
I don't know. I don't know. It's actually interesting. Every time I walk outside, pretty much any medical personnel will come up to me and be like, "Bro, you know what melanoma is, right?" And I'll be like, "Yep, I know. I'm gonna get it in about 5 minutes."
About 5 minutes.
See, at work, I go outside all the time because I get to take my mask off outside.
Yeah.
Nah.
We're like, "Hey, you don't have yard duty." I'm like, "I know I don't have any yard duty."
I don't care. My ears need to rest.
Yeah, my ears need to not be ripped off my face.
Yeah, so it seems like the whole gang is here for the 100th episode, Twitch episode.
I really should have gotten an air horn.
No.
Yeah.
No, we should have gotten the La Cucaracha air horn.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Can we put that in post?
I could.
I still want somebody to do their impulsors where you push a button and that plays through a speaker in the impulsor.
That'd
That
be
would
great.
Fantastic.
I've seen Emperor's Children's rhinos with that.
No, that's not appropriate.
No,
It's
I'm pretty
totally
sure rocked
appropriate.
some pretty colorful things. That would make sense.
Well, okay, if it's the purple and the gold,
Yeah.
I've
seen
on
plenty
board.
of blow riders in that scheme.
I would appreciate the purple gold if it was done that. Yes, it is 2 episodes in a row with Tom.
Yes, which is already half as many episodes as he was in last year.
Yeah. Hey, Dayton, are you going to
The
go on the pub
hilarious-
crawl?
Dayton's going.
The hilarious
They
thing
better
is
go on
I'm going to be
Coco.
leaving in about 2 minutes.
Where are you going?
I got to keep working, man. I got to focus.
You can work while you talk. We
This-
like you can't
This
chew
guy
gum and
and
talk.
his job.
You can work while we're making fun of you. It's fine.
Yeah, you don't even have to say anything.
And on that note,
I'm gonna grade papers while we do our episode just to prove that you can work at the same time.
you already know you're giving them Fs. That doesn't count.
I don't think
for those-
no. See, I give a lot of NCs when they're incomplete, which is actually a 0. Which is way worse than an F.
Oh boy.
You should watch if I put that thing in my grade book, it tanks that grade super hard.
Oh, God.
Hey, it gets them to finish it
True.
Yeah.
because they see what it does to their grade, and they're oh man, I better finish that real quick. For my parents
today-
see this.
They're like, why are you doing this to my child? So they can learn about averages?
It's a bonus. It's a bonus math lesson.
Yeah.
Narrator. They don't.
Yeah. It's fun and educational.
Fair enough.
Edutainment.
For those waiting, we'll be doing the contest at about the 1 hour mark.
Don't tell them when. They'll
so
tune
how-
out. They gotta stay here the whole time and listen to this nonsense.
Yeah, they'll stay at least an hour.
They have to listen to the 40K podcast, which has not once mentioned 40K yet.
The internet's only Catholic 40K podcast.
Only Catholic
There you
40K
go.
podcast.
15 minutes in to
Yes,
recording it.
Airborne, that is on brand.
Yeah.
I like
We're more
that
of
he's
a
here for like
lifestyle
every
podcast.
episode
Yeah.
because he keeps it on track.
Somebody has to.
It's not
The
us.
four of us sure as hell aren't gonna do it.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're not my supervisor.
I oftentimes imagine that this was what it was like working on the Kevin and Bean show early on when K-Rock didn't care.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You mean when they were good?
Yeah, when they were actually good before K-Rock cared.
That's what happens when management gets involved.
That's right.
Yep.
Do we have management?
No, thank God.
Is
We
it-
are.
it's-
management, that's
I
it's-
feel like
Yeah,
our
it's
management is
me.
Airborne 248.
It's me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I just care about Tom being on, not being on the show. Tom, this doesn't count if you're not on the whole show. By the way,
It's true.
That's fine.
you can't half-ass
Yeah.
it.
Credit.
I have the moral victory of proving John's show notes wrong.
That's fair. That's fair. I appreciate that technicality.
Yeah, it's like that's
And
petty
the
as shit, and
dedication.
that makes
Yeah. Yeah. I am technically correct, which is the best form of correct.
John,
That's kind of correct.
Sante13 wants to know, how do you feel about having BCP issues before the event starts?
It's on brand.
I mean, Danny said it.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care about there being issues before it starts. I care about there
Yeah.
not being issues during it. I really don't
Yeah,
care
there's-
if, like, hey, it only shows
there's-
999 because LVO is so unprecedentedly awesome that we literally can't show all the players who are registered. I get it. That's totally fine. They can fix that. That's not a big deal. As long as it
Have
works
they
over
fixed it yet?
there. Yeah.
Yes
because
and
you
no.
can so yes for Apple users for sure.
Yeah, I can see it on my iPad.
I think it just didn't filter through to the Android users as quick.
Okay.
I think it's like a filtering issue with like updates. You know when you push stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's what.
And
it
that's
is.
weird. I thought Apple usually had the longer processing time for stuff.
No. Not well, at least not with this program, because they developed the app for Apple first.
Yeah.
Remember the
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah.
makes
Android
sense
version
that-
didn't come out for like a year or two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It took them a while to get the Android TO app for a long time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the Android Player app was pretty quick. I feel like the Player app is easier to push than the TO app to like a new device. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I can see the players. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Since I'm the one that has to like fix everything, all their lists and stuff.
Airborne says Tom's blank white screen has melatonin.
More melatonin than
than
Tom.
the skin.
Well, that hurt me so much that I'm now going to leave. Thanks.
Oh, boo!
That's okay. You guys can make fun of me when I leave, which you were going to do anyway, but I'm giving you
Yeah,
permission,
that
so now I
doesn't
feel
that doesn't
validated.
stop.
Stiff Neck Studios, yes, you're correct. BCP and one of the LVO judges, Jason Horn, worked together to come up with a system where it gets backed up so that it can be done in a way that works better than in 2020. So there hopefully
It's just magic.
So there hopefully isn't a huge break
Delay.
in time, a delay. Thank you. Hopefully it's shorter. If there is one at all, and there may not be
Yeah,
one at
it's-
all. So we'd rather
First
there
time
just
for
not
everything.
be one. So you know,
We'll see. It's always different every time.
Yep. It's always something. But yeah, if we can keep it under a half-hour delay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So win.
So
When you're dealing with over 1,000 people, I think most people would give you the grace of being like, yeah, that's probably a win.
yeah, Dayton, no 2 hours this time. If it ends up going to be a long period of time that we're going to wait, we're going to give everybody a longer lunch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rather than
as
be like,
a-
hey, hang out, it'll be done soon. We'll just be like, hey, take an hour and a
As
half,
I've
come back. Hopefully it'll be fixed then.
as I've discussed with these gents already, of if the system goes down, I'm going to give it 5 minutes, go to the BCP guys, and get just asked point blank, are we looking at 30 minutes or are we looking at an hour? And if I don't like the answer, I'm just going to get on that mic and be like, "Hi, we have an hour extra break. Come back come back in 60 minutes. Hopefully it'll be up." I'm not playing that shit anymore.
Well, at least give everybody a chance to get something to eat or whatever.
Yeah, get something to eat, get something to drink. Go back to your room, take your mask off.
Yeah, that's always a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
All right, so we do want to hop into the LVO tips and tricks for everybody.
Yeah, drink a lot. That's my tip.
Yeah, for real.
I was gonna say something similar. Hydrate.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I meant. That's what I
We
meant.
have 2 demons and 1 angel on your shoulder. And it's weird that Danny is currently playing the role of angel.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
You have to hydrate so you can drink more alcohol later.
Very good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff is correct. There will be buckets of beers and Bloody Marys. It was confirmed that they will be selling beers in buckets.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, do they take the bucket and just put it straight under the spout and pull the tapper?
You know what a bucket of beer looks like. Fucking sea lion.
I would really prefer, though, if they
Like the
just put
worst sea lion.
I would prefer if they put the bucket under the tap and just pulled it.
I mean, I'd also be fine just walking around with a literal bucket of beer and a straw and just,
Dude, you remember when you used to be able to get that in Old Town?
Yes.
In Old Town Vegas, you used to be able to walk around with what was essentially that, but they usually made it like a football shape or something, right? And it was like a football of Miller High Life, which meant it was like 240s.
Yeah.
Of Miller High Life that you're drinking through a straw, which means you drank 240s in like 25 minutes.
Yep. Those are good times.
Yeah.
Terribly good times.
So like Danny said, make sure you hydrate.
The only time we've had a medical emergency at LVO was because a person passed out because they weren't drinking enough water.
True.
Right? Like, so this is just what it is. Like, it's not one of those things of like, you'll maybe feel shitty. It's like, no, actually, depending on your overall health profile, if you get dehydrated like that and you're not paying attention and you're eating a bunch of sugary shit or salty shit and then start drinking alcohol and you're not drinking any water, you will pass out.
Yeah.
Right. You'll just drop down. So.
I mean, kidding aside, you should definitely drink and enjoy yourself. However, you should have a giant ass bottle of water and you should have like trail mix in your backpack. Something that
trail
you can
mix,
snack
beef
on.
jerky.
Beef jerky, something like that, yeah.
A banana in the morning's good. Get some potassium in you. That helps for especially standing or even just sitting for long periods of time. And especially on day 2, if you're 3-0 going into day 2 and you think you have a legitimate chance to make it to like the finals or the shadow round, like you have to kind of plan for the shadow round. Make sure, like, I'll put it this way: if you're going into game 6 and you're undefeated and you're like, man, I think I actually have a good matchup, I think I can pull this out and maybe get myself into the shadow round, go tell your boys, like, get one of your friends who is not going to do well, right, and just be like, hey, go get me lunch, go get me dinner, go get me a big bottle of water, right, like, go get me supplies so you have time to like actually eat and rest and kind of get your game on for another 3 hours. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times players get to the shadow round and what they forget too is the hall is mostly empty, so it's freaking silent. It is so quiet.
Yeah, it's true.
And eerie. And you get guys who have, again, been on their feet for almost 10, 12 hours, and they haven't eaten anything substantial in like 5 or 6 hours, and they've not been drinking enough water, and you can just see them in the quiet, like just kind of almost nod off, right? They just start zoning out, and they're like, oh God, I'm done. So
yeah, the reason we call it the shadow round, or at least I call it the shadow, is because we basically kick everybody out so no one can see what goes on.
Yep. All the dirty deals. That's how I pay for my trip.
Yeah. So
bidding more.
So if you're gonna go, make sure you have all that to keep yourself alive, basically. What to expect? Expect a lot of people.
Yeah. Somebody further up asked how many people we actually expect, and I'm thinking it'll be just over 1,000.
Yeah.
So there's over 1,200 registered. There's going to be a lot more drops than usual because of COVID and because of Omicron and people not sure they're going to make it. But I'm thinking it'll be just about 1,000 players. Like, I bet it'll be bigger than LVO 2020, but I don't think it'll be way bigger than LVO 2020 like it should be. But that's COVID's fault. So I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, I have 2 plague rats in my house right now. How many other people are dealing with that issue? Maybe a lot.
Yeah, there's other events besides the 40K champs, and those are other also.
Yeah, there's like 250 registered for Age of Sigmar. I think if they don't get if attrition doesn't hit them too badly, they might be the largest Age of Sigmar tournament since like CanCon. I think CanCon had like 220. So like we're talking like one of the biggest, one of the biggest tourneys for Age of Sigmar. There's Marvel Crisis Protocol. There's still War Machine. There's Star Wars Legion.
Hold on, did you say there's still War Machine?
Yep, there's still War Machine.
There is.
You weren't joking?
No, Tyson keeps that flame alive, man.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go see Dayton though on the Age of Sigmar side for sure, because the Age of Sigmar armies are far and away the most beautiful armies painted.
Yeah,
I get that there's some amazing 40K painters. Don't get me wrong, there are. There's something about the Sigmar aesthetic that seems to be like just lent to amazing paint jobs, with the exception of the stupid turtle army.
Shut your mouth. Shut your filthy mouth.
That army can never be painted well because it's terrible trash.
Nope.
Terrible.
You should see the producer Nicole's turtle. No. I think his name is Stanley. He's a fantastic beast.
We'll never. Show me a beautiful Archaon, and boo boy, it makes me want to play Sigmar right away.
There's even before Sigmar, fantasy was always the same way. Fantasy always attracted more the modelers and painters. So
yeah, the hobbyists.
Except fantasy stuff.
Just continuing the trend.
40K has always kind of had the gray plastic motif for a lot of editions. I mean, it really wasn't until
how dare you? My armies are always painted.
Real. It wasn't until like 7th edition with like LVO going to like a 3-color minimum and things like that you actually started to see 40K tournaments en masse starting to really enforce painting guidelines and things like that. And that definitely, I think in the past 5 years, that's actually changed things considerably. I think if you went to a tournament 5 years ago at 40K, you would see a lot of gray armies. And now it's
hey man, they had Ard Boys. You didn't even have to paint.
I know, right? Yeah.
You know what's funny though? At Ard Boys, I rarely saw like a fully plastic army.
Yep.
Now maybe that was because SoCal is different in that way. But at all the Ard Boys I ever went to, and I made it to the Ard Boys semifinals twice, I never saw full plastic armies.
I think I saw a metal. Oh, I've seen a whole metal army, but I forget what the army was.
They didn't even prime the metal?
It could have been Sisters of Battle. I don't remember.
What kind of barbarian ingrate leaves it bare metal?
One who wants to just win.
No.
It doesn't have
Green
to.
Sisters back in the day of Art Boys? That doesn't seem right.
I don't remember. I remember seeing an all-metal army, though. Could have been Orcs out. Who knows?
It's probably Drakari.
Or Eldar.
Those players.
That's just Aspect Warriors.
How dare you?
It was the Aspect Warrior army.
I no longer hate on Eldari because I currently have Eldari sitting on my painting desk. It's all Tau hate from here on out.
You shill.
Look, I didn't buy the Eldari army. That was the podcast.
That's fair.
About the Eldari army, and I'm just painting it, and then I'm going to play it.
You're finishing painting it.
Well, no, there's some units now that I'm fully painting myself.
Okay, so you finished all of the ones Tom touched.
Pretty much all the ones Tom did, and now I'm doing the ones that he did not.
Okay, that makes sense. Other things, there's going to be a lot of people. If you haven't been to a large convention before, especially whether it's Adepticon or KublaCon or one of the other larger conventions around the country, whether it's 40K or whatever other hobbies that you have, it's a lot of people. It can be somewhat daunting when you first get there and make your way around. Registration opens at 4:00 on Thursday. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up for the GW event preview event on the Frontline website. It's a free ticket, but you still have to get the ticket for them to count numbers. So I don't know. I don't think it's sold out yet, but it could be by this point.
I don't think it is, no. Oh, you mean the GW thing?
The GW preview.
Yeah, that
might
preview. was thinking you meant the convention. I was like, no.
No.
The convention
never
doesn't sell
technically-
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because you if you want to just go and look, which some people have been asking, you
Yeah.
can. You just have to buy a convention badge.
Yeah.
Like with any other convention, it's usually like that.
KR Quinn says it's going to be loud. People will be yelling with masks. Perhaps.
Yep. Yes.
It is a very big space. Now, I played poker at the Rio during the World Series of Poker once. So when the World Series of Poker got huge for a while, it had to be done at the Rio because the Rio was one of the only places large enough to hold it. And I think it was actually like my 21st birthday when we were there. And I went to the Rio specifically to play some poker in that room. It's massive, and the ceilings are super high. So it does dissipate the sound a little bit better than the Bally's used to do, or some of the other ones. But yeah, make sure that you are prepared for the fact that it could be loud. Bring cough drops for a throat that's sore, not because you're sick, but because like you're going to be raw from talking loud. Even without the masks, that's a good advice. Chapstick, like Jeff is saying, and then lotion for dry skin because it's the desert. Yeah, absolutely.
And apparently green tea for your
And
voice also.
Deodorant?
And recycled air. Oh
Deodorant.
yeah, lots of please God deodorant.
I'm not going to wear
And
any.
shower
Take
every
showers.
morning,
Change your underwear.
God.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ruining with Danny, so I'll just do horse bath.
please. God.
Gross. It's a full-on
He
shower.
means it
You can
too.
just take a shower.
I'm a busy man.
No, you're really not.
I am, just not with... Actually, I am.
Okay, Airborne, reversible condoms are not a thing. That's not. Don't take that advice. Anybody watching the chat, that's not real.
But you know what? That sounds like $1 million idea.
No,
It does.
That sounds like $1 million lawsuit, or at least child support.
Yeah, well, that's probably more than likely.
Well, that's...
Ain't nobody
no matter
got
what.
time for child support. I'm just saying.
You better have time.
Ain't nobody got time or
Somebody
money
better.
for child support. Oh god. I don't know how
breath
loud
mints.
it'll get
Breath
because
mints.
like I've been in there with thousands of people, right? So I don't remember it
poker's
being
not
that
as
loud,
loud
but
as
I
a
was
game.
young and drunk, so it could have been loud.
Yeah. Young drunk John. So also, poker is not as loud as a game as 40K.
That's true.
It's not as rambunctious.
Nobody yells WOG.
Man, that'd be amazing to go to like the World Series of Poker and try and get a WOG going.
Get like 20 guys who all play orcs to go with you, and scream
Yeah.
WOG, and see if they put it on TV.
They would.
Okay, orc players with disposable income, which you must have because you play orcs.
Right.
Go to the World Series of Poker and try to make this happen. Don't call me.
There we
I don't
go.
play orcs because I don't have disposable income.
What else is there? What other tips and tricks?
Right.
Go to the pub crawl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pub crawls are amazing.
Mhm.
Bring breath mints just because, or chewing gum because you're going to be in your mask for a long time, and depending what you're eating, it's going to get funky in there, and the only person who has to smell it is you. So, do yourself a favor.
True. Yeah. So Jeff and Dayton have made this point in the chat already. It's very dry.
Yes.
You definitely want to bring things for your skin. Chapstick
Yeah.
and lotion. Like none of us made it puts the lotion on its skin joke for a reason. Because you legitimately want lotion. Like I have a little Aveeno lotion thing in my gaming bag. The only time I ever use it is when I'm someplace like Vegas or someplace else that's very dry. Like Texas.
Yep.
Well, Texas during certain times. Bring ibuprofen, like Jeff is saying. If you get headaches, you'll get a headache, for sure. If you, and I'm not even saying it's from alcohol, you might just get a headache because you're stressful because it's taking you a long time. You're playing a hard game, that kind of thing. So anything
If you're not used
you
to
can
being
think
on your
of,
feet for 10 hours a day.
yeah. If you're somebody who has seasonal allergies, bring your seasonal allergy stuff because you never know what's going to be in those air filters. If you get upset stomachs, bring your stuff for your upset stomachs. Anything you generally can go wrong with you physically, assume it will, and bring it.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of bringing old man as it is, but I'm an old man, is like chewable fiber tablets because chances are you're not eating as clean as maybe you normally would because you're on vacation, so your stomach's going to get jacked. So having a little bit of extra fiber can kind of help you out there.
Mm.
Keep the system a little more little more in the green. There's something to think about.
Yeah, so there's a few more, but also Signals of the Frontline, their episode recently has a bunch of also tips for the for especially for new travelers. So, and if you have any questions, just ask anybody in the black FLG shirts. They'll be more than happy to answer any issues or questions that you may have while you're there.
On that note,
Mainly because I'm not wearing a black shirt.
Yeah, on that note, the judges will have 2 different colored shirts. So purple are judges who have done this a couple of times. Yellow are judges who have not done it a couple of times, or there's not quite senior judges yet. The only thing you should apply to that is that if you have a question about like how the event is running and the venue and stuff, the purple shirt will know better than the yellow. The ruling they give you at the table is just as qualifying whether it's a yellow or purple shirt. So don't be like, oh, a yellow shirt answered my question, go get a purple shirt. That's not what that's there for. That the purple and yellow shirts are there to denote like, hey, this person knows what's up with all the stuff that's going on for LVO more than the other person.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of yellow shirts who probably will make better calls than I will. Whatever. Hey, you call for a judge, it's a roll of the dice. Just saying. Know your rules well enough you don't have to call for a judge.
Yeah, right.
Don't be an edgelord. You're fine.
Speaking of which, for those that don't know or maybe haven't realized, which is why we still get emails, the cutoff is already passed for the rules and conversion approvals. So if you do happen to message one of us and we do happen to answer, just know that anything from this point on is unofficial. So don't run around with an email from us saying that we said it was okay, because that's not an official answer.
Well, and the email that comes back to you is also going to say, this isn't official because it didn't hit the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll answer it at that time, but...
How do you get a judge in a giant hall like this one? You yell real loud.
Or you get up and clock one down.
We
get up on your chair, look for one of us, and
Mert
chase them down.
BL84, we actually added a bunch of judges this year. For this reason. We have our regular staff in the purple shirts, and then we've added a couple of yellows. For this specific reason.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know
not
if
like
we're
we're
rated.
just sitting and I mean, we will have a designated. Make sure you know where the designated judge spot is, where one of us will always kind of be posted up. Usually Adam.
Yeah, usually Adam.
But
he refuses to walk because he wants to get to beat us.
But there'll be plenty of us walking around. So like, get up on your chair, look around. Just we all have. I still I will, for about 2 weeks after every LVO, I have like the ghost calls where I'll just suddenly swear I hear judge. Just get up there and don't be shy. Just put your fucking backbone into it and yell judge.
Yeah, Dayton's right. Danny and I are normally the ones walking around. Adam's usually at the table, and you can't normally find Matt Root until there's like a legit piece of drama going on, and then he's totally
right
involved in the drama.
He's right up in it. Mitch walks around a fair deal.
Too. But see, the last time Mitch judged, Mitch wasn't the purple shirt judge. Because Mitch was just like Shanghaied, right?
No. Yeah, I shanghaied him on day 2 and threw him a extra purple shirt that we had.
Purple, that's right. Yeah. So Mitch from Best in Faction podcast. He's still on that podcast, right?
Yes.
Why?
That's a good question.
Okay. Mitch from the Best in Faction podcast. I'm sorry, Mitch. I had to. I'm sorry. He's one of the judges. He's a great judge. He'll also be there.
So speaking of judges and other
everybody
things,
knows where I'll be next weekend. So
yeah. You got a problem? Come say hi.
You can come say hi.
And if you can't find him, we'll make sure you can find him. I'll make sure.
Absolutely. How can you forget my face?
I was just gonna say, everyone laughs, but John is so nice and sweet in person.
It's true. I am.
Yeah. Just a kind, wonderful soul.
Intuition.
Look, nobody knows what's in this mug on my desk, so
I also put what to do.
Well, that depends entirely on you.
Yeah,
it does. Like, have fun. It's Vegas.
What to
After
do
the
and what
event
don't
is over,
do.
have fun.
Even during the event, have fun.
Okay, during the event, my advice is don't take it too seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's 1,200 players. Only one person's going to win. it is highly unlikely that one person is you.
Yep.
Your focus should literally be on, I want to have as much fun as I possibly can playing a game that I love with people that should be opponents that I love to play against.
With like-minded people.
Like, Jeff, don't ask me to do math. What are you doing? What are the odds one person wins? I don't know. 1 in 1,200, right? Isn't that how that works?
No.
I don't know how that works.
One person wins is 100% because there's only one winner.
Yeah, I don't know. This is why I don't play the lottery, Jeff, because I don't know what the odds are that I'll win. Yeah, Danny gets it. Of course Danny gets it. You two hang out too much.
I was going to get on that side. Out of respect.
But seriously, though, in all seriousness, I know we're joking around with Jeff and stuff in the chat, but in all seriousness, you probably aren't going to win the LVO. So just have fun and play your games and have a good time and meet some cool people. Buy somebody a beer.
Yeah,
have a shot with somebody. Stand in the way of John Cook's scooter as he goes by. Like, do some fun stuff. Go over to the Age of Sigmar area and see Dayton in his Speedos. Like, it's all good times. It's all fun. And then afterwards, go have some good food. Go have some drinks. Hang out with your teammates. Hang out with people you met who were cool that day. Invite people around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of stuff.
That's my biggest thing is, like, your goal should be, for me at least, is always, like, make a new friend. Like, just, if you play someone and you really enjoyed, like, your game and you feel like, you know, they were picking up your Archer references, or, you know, you were vibing on the same kind of, you know, whatever jokes, like, just, or maybe they play an army that you love, just be like, hey, after the game, be like, hey man, you want to go get a beer? And then if you see them around, be like, hey, me and my friends are going to go get dinner here. Do you want to come? Do you want to roll with? Like, do you and your friends want to roll? And just, like, be open to it, because again, like, there's this weird internet thing about people being like, oh, 40k players, like, the, you know, competitive players, all these, you know, neckbeards, meta chasers, and I'm like, yeah, there's like 30 of them. There's over 1,000 people at this tournament. Chances are the people you play are going to be just wonderful human beings that share a hobby that you do, and that's a great basis for forming friendships. So
yeah, and the chances are the person you're talking to and playing with and who's great is not one of those people on the internet who complains, because people on the internet who complain don't actually show up to play. So you don't have to worry about it being some, like, super aggro edgelord who's super down on stuff, because that's not who shows up to. That's not somebody who pays to go to LVO. Like, the people who pay to go to LVO pay because they love it, and they're there because they love it. So you share something in common already, so that's great. Yeah, Jeff just said he met a great guy last LVO, and they still chat about 40k regularly. Yeah. I met an awesome guy. So I knew him from the internet, JT McDowell. He makes, damn it, I can't remember his YouTube channel. It's one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to play at the BAO 2019, which was the last one that happened, right? And after our game, which he destroyed me at, but it was fun, we went to the bar and we kept buying each other whiskeys until we both had to get up and go play round 3 somehow, which we apparently did. But it was amazing. It was such a great time to talk, hang out, you know, with somebody else who creates content. It was really cool. Yeah, and Dayton, Mark Merrill, the guy who does Riot Games, who started Riot Games, League of Legends, he comes and plays. He's not like a celebrity, but if you know him, you might notice him. He's there. Like, you get to meet all kinds of cool people.
Yeah. One of these days we'll get Henry here, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think Henry Cavill will ever come play at LVO.
Maybe.
There's way too many thirsty bros, 40k bros, sending that guy messages, come play me on stream for charity. He's probably like afraid of ever coming to the United States ever again. Like, the number of people I've seen on Twitter and Facebook and Reddit say, oh yeah, I sent Henry Cavill a message. Like, bro, first of all, he's not reading those messages. That's the dude who runs his Instagram account. Yeah. And then second, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I'd love it. It'd be great to meet him, but it's not going to happen.
But yeah, I mean, it's a con as big as LVO. Again, if you're not kind of making 40k like your competitive 40k your mission in life, the chances of you doing, you know, getting to top 8, let alone taking the whole thing, are pretty low.
Yeah.
So like treat it like it is meant to be treated, which is a convention. Like it's about going, meeting people, seeing badass armies, having fun. Vegas is a great town. It's a great eating town. Like depending on whatever your budget is, like there's food of all varieties. So like it's really easy to eat. Obviously, you can go get drunk. There's a lot of cool shows, right? Like the Rio has Penn and Teller. That's their house show. And if you've never seen Penn and Teller they're actually amazing. They're my favorite magicians by far, and they have been for like 20 years.
And they're very funny too. It's not like all serious magic. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's not Chris Angel like, I'm gonna destroy your mind. It's very tongue in cheek. It's very classic magician in that way. A little bit of camp to it, but also very funny. And sometimes the rare times they do kind of veer into politics, things like that, it's actually pretty insightful and relatively middle of the road. So it's that's good. But there's just tons of shows.
And right around the Rio too, there's a bunch of good noodle houses apparently and karaoke bars.
Yes, nice. With the 10-minute walk, north.
And I love karaoke.
Yeah, so do I.
And my wife's actually going to come with me, hopefully, as long as all the plague rats don't give us everything. She loves karaoke too. So if you love karaoke, it is totally possible you could get Salty John karaoke.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going, I'm to get down if we're going karaoke.
Jeff says he wants to do karaoke too.
Here we go.
Oh my God, it might happen.
What's happening?
I almost did karaoke at the New Orleans U.S. Open.
Oh, really?
There's a group that was going to go.
What stopped you?
So what stopped me was...
It wasn't the cool kids?
No. I got to think of a very diplomatic way to say this.
There we are. Now we're getting to the real meat.
So what stopped me from going was the people who were going to this other bar were going to a cooler bar.
So, yeah, again, you wanted to be with the cool kids.
No. The bar itself sounded much cooler, which we didn't get into at first. And I ended up there at the end of the night because we could get in. Because, there's the COVID restrictions, all that kind of stuff, right?
Right, yeah.
I ended up there at the end of the night, and it was totally worth the hangover the next day to go to that bar. Because
I remember this story.
It was an amazing bar. It was like it was in an old law library. So, like, they had taken the law library section of this old law firm and turned it into a bar. So it's just covered in books. And you could take books off the wall and read it. They were like real books, not fake books. And not law books. Like, it was an amazing bar with incredible drinks. So I'm super happy that I made that decision. But part of me still wishes I had done karaoke because I like karaoke.
Yep. Also, I was going to say, if you've, especially if you're not necessarily from the good old United States of America, if you want to go shoot a machine gun, you can go do that. You want to drive a Ferrari, you can go do that.
Yep.
Right? Like there's just
that speedway.
You want to skydive, you want to do real skydiving, simulated skydiving, right? Like they've got.
You can go to see the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
You can have a dam tour with a dam guide.
Mm-hmm. God. I suggest the machine gun shooting. That's fun.
Look, the Hoover Dam was an engineering feat of its time. Okay? That was like the Apollo program of the 1930s.
I can pour cement. It's fine.
You can't pour that much cement? If you pour that much cement in a single pour, it takes 125 years to cure. And it puts off enough heat to bake 10,000 loaves of bread a week.
You know way too much about this.
He's the history teacher in him.
No, that's more than...
Do you know to cure it, they had to pour it in small sections, and they had these copper pipes that took the water from the Colorado River and put it through the pipes to cool the concrete fast enough. And those copper pipes are still in the dam.
How many times have you taken that tour, John?
Never. I've never taken that tour.
How many times are you willing to admit taking that tour?
I've never taken the tour.
The question is, how many times has he volunteered to dose it?
When I drove across the actual bridge that they built, because they don't let you drive across the damn dam anymore.
You just want to say damn as many damn times you want.
I did. But they don't let you drive across anymore because they built that bridge after 9/11. They're like, hey, maybe we shouldn't let people drive across this thing that can flood thousands of towns.
So just go have fun.
Yeah, that should be your goal. Have fun, enjoy yourself.
And don't be a jerk. That's what not to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, did you know that if you were 10 miles out in space, you could read a newspaper by the light of the Luxor?
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like a hazard to planes and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why the airport's is the way it is.
Yeah. It just seems like an environmental hazard, but
I feel like it's a waste of energy, but whatever. Who am I?
Yeah. Well.
Well, I mean, okay, so I think that's enough for now. I don't know if there's any other. Someone had asked another question about. Oh, I guess John asked about the buffets in Vegas. I don't know if they're open or not.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, if the regular restaurants are, they should be, right?
I think so. They probably have some like COVID modifications, but I'm pretty sure they're open.
Yeah.
On the
I'm
COVID
hoping
mark,
they're
we
open.
probably should have done this earlier. You have to wear a mask at LVO.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Vaccinated or not.
Yeah, vaccinated or not, you have to wear your mask when you're there. It's part of the deal. If you're coming, you just need to know that. Don't be a
proper
COVID
mask.
Karen. Wear the mask. It's part of the deal. That's what you're doing. Okay.
Yep.
A gator doesn't count.
Nope.
Oh, it does not. That's the
No.
local restrictions. Cool. Okay.
Nope.
Don't wear a gator. Gators don't count. Wear an actual mask.
It does that windshield mask or
Yeah.
The face shield.
Guys, I
Face
wear a
shield.
mask 8 hours a day. You can do it. Do I hate it?
I
Yes. But I do it. It's my job. want to
if
play
you do
40K, wear it.
if you give us a lip about wearing it, then you will be asked to leave without a refund. Just FYI.
Yeah, we have been empowered to have hotel security escort you out for refusing to wear a mask. So please wear a mask. Nobody wants to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to ask you to leave. Nobody wants to ask you to leave. Just wear a damn mask. It's
Depends
not
who
that
it
hard.
is.
Okay, that's fair. You can
Just
wear
wear
gator
that.
shoes, Danny. That's fine.
Hmm?
Danny
No,
Janevsky.
Janevsky is asking about gator
You
shoes.
can wear
He
gator
can wear
shoes. I don't
Crocs.
care what you put on
You
your
can wear
feet.
Crocs, yeah.
For God's sakes, Mark Perry's going to show up and wear no shoes.
Yeah,
Oh.
he didn't wear any
Nobody cares
other
on your
one.
feet. I don't think I've ever seen Perry's feet in shoes.
Okay, it's a weird flex, but okay.
It's
I
true.
know,
like,
right?
well, I only ever see him at events. And he's never wearing.
Yeah, but even then, I didn't look at his feet.
Yeah, I don't look down a lot at events.
I don't
Look.
look at people's feet, John.
I look down a lot because I'm clumsy. Okay,
Uh
I have to make sure I don't trip on my own feet.
huh. Sure.
Have you
That's
seen
the
me
story
play
you stick
Now we
with.
sports?
know what your
Adam?
algorithm looks like.
Have any of you ever seen me play sports? I don't know
Can't say
where
I have.
Edwin got his skill at baseball, but I was told I'd
Mexican
never
side of him?
start in baseball in high school because I couldn't field worth a damn.
Maybe he's part Cuban.
I was allowed to play baseball in high school if I wanted to just hit for the pitcher.
You can even be the designated hitter.
He was the DH.
That's all I could do. They're like,
What if
can't
he
field.
played
I was
in
like,
a game where they didn't allow it?
I know.
You know, Jeff, if I had the choice, I'd wear sandals all day long. I really would.
Ugh.
Not when it's cold, obviously, but any other time.
So yeah, so just have fun. Wear your mask.
Enjoy yourself. Don't be a
Have
dick,
fun.
please.
Yeah, don't make a scene. Don't become a story. I get to tell everybody years and years down the road.
Don't be a Karen.
Just
If you're going to
I mean,
do
part
it,
of it
warn
is
us
just
so I
like-
can put it on TikTok.
Yeah, I know, right?
emotional damage.
God, it's the best.
All right, we're a little before the hour mark, so we'll just do the contest now before we move on to the next subject.
Yeah, so people can leave. People are like, oh, thank God I can log off and stop listening to these assholes.
Yeah, that's fine.
We
Whatever.
haven't even gotten to the Ask Me Anything portion of the evening.
That's during the whole thing, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, we have been
That's
answering
just
questions
open.
the whole time.
I was debating whether just to put in the show notes, just like do whatever you want.
That's what we do anyway. Why would
yeah,
you?
that's me normally. I don't even read the show notes.
Liar! I know you read them because you change them.
Yeah, but I just change it for comedic effect.
No,
Uh-huh.
that only like three of us can see.
Look, trolling Tom is totally worth it.
That's
I know.
also fair.
Which one do you want to do first, Danny?
Let's go smallest to biggest.
Yeah.
So we'll do the Facebook.
Yep.
All right, let me go.
Get your random number generator up.
I know
Shouldn't you have already had it up? Isn't this a professional operation?
it's up,
What?
but it's not set to.
The
Hold
like
on a
50
second.
likes we have or whatever.
It's like 2,000 something. Let's see. Hold on one second. Oh my god! I sometimes hate looking at our page through the admin version because there's just a lot going on.
Yeah. A lot of features we don't use.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
A lot of stuff we don't
like
do
the-
with this page.
I know. That's why we do so well.
Yep.
I didn't realize we did anything at all, really.
And not
For
really.
the first couple episodes, I was unaware that this is public.
Like, I
That's
thought we were
why
bullshitting.
that the
This
page
is just how we
existed.
hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought this was, for fun.
All right, so the first one's going for a vehicle of choice, not a forgeable vehicle. We get
It's quite the caveat.
yeah, I know.
The
Well,
central caveat.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hold on, let me see. Why doesn't it? No, now it doesn't show me. I had it and then I lost it because I went to go look at something else.
Oh, God.
Well, you know.
Literally the worst part of this podcast.
Well, Danny wanted to do this first.
Yeah, because I knew it was going to fluster you the most, so I figured, like, yeah, might as well be
I'm
funny.
flustered. I'm just looking for stuff.
Strategery.
Strategic. 4D chess.
4D. I wish. Hold on, what? Oh my god, fucking Tom. Tom's not on the show, but he's messaging the chat. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, man, he's hard at work.
Right.
I know, right?
He's playing Zelda.
Yes.
Somebody said
Alright.
I want an Age of Sigmar turtle, which is basically a vehicle, and now I hate everything.
Ooh, yeah, we can. That's an
Ooh,
option.
Yeah, that is
That could be
definitely
an option. Yes.
God, now I hope I win. Like I said, if you better hope I don't randomly get some like throwaway Age of Sigmar money, because I will have 3 turtles suddenly show up. Because I'll be like, hey John, let's play Age of Sigmar. Here, I have an Archeon. You can use my corn army. You'd be like, oh sweet, and then it's like, what are you playing? 3 turtles.
I refuse.
I'll send them to Frontline to get professionally painted too, so they're gorgeous.
I've seen 2 gorgeously painted turtle armies at the U.S. Open, one in Orlando, one in New Orleans, and I still hate it.
like these were some of the crowning achievements of what a human can do with a model and art, and it was still shit.
Yeah. Thanks.
It was a
I
turtle.
hate it.
Yeah. Nah, man, the turtles are awesome.
Okay, so I random generated a number with the random number generator, and the name that came up is we don't have a drum roll sound effect. Is Jack Lord.
Jack Lord.
So
Jack Lord,
congratulations,
winner of a
Jack.
vehicle, but not a turtle.
I'll message Jack and see
Not a turtle.
what he wants. I did do a second one just in case Jack doesn't respond, and I'll talk to them.
Good times.
Oh,
What?
I'll tell you guys who it is after.
Uh-oh.
I don't want them to get their hopes up.
Was that
Oh.
a suit? Oh, the second one?
Yeah, the second one. So we'll go to Jack
Maybe.
Lord first, and I picked the second one just in case.
Yes,
We
Danny.
win our own stuff.
Janeski, Amanda Love and Kiss.
Yeah.
That's my
So
code
that's
name.
Just
fun.
How
looking
dare
for
you?
Amanda Loving Kiss.
When it comes to getting the terrain later, the FLG painted terrain will be Amanda Love and Kiss, which just is code word for Salty John.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get our own podcast terrain.
All right.
What
Do you want to do
next,
Twitch
guy?
now?
All right. So there are. So now we are doing the Twitch version, which is a greater demon of your choice out of the 5.
Follow quick. Hit that follow button, guys.
And that goes to Isante 13.
Nice.
Asante 13. That's a new one.
He's in there all the time. He just literally
Oh, really? I
subscribed
never
with
seen the
Prime.
Twitch. Oh, I'd
He
never
literally
seen
just
Twitch.
subscribed with Prime Gaming, and then he got the
What you
win.
gonna get, man? What you gonna get?
So just message us with what you
Well, I
want.
want to hear him sound off in Twitch. What do you want? In
That's
chat.
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
What are you gonna want, Asante? Let us know. That's funny. That's hilarious.
He's like, oh shit, I gotta subscribe to win. Fuck.
We didn't actually say you had to subscribe. We said you had to follow, but that's fine. He said he wants a chicken.
That's funny. I didn't even see that because I was too busy looking at the chat names.
Yeah. Like you want Popeye's chicken? I don't understand.
Yep.
All right, now for the big prize, which goes to the Patreon members. And we had a number of Patreon people sign up fairly quickly, surprisingly enough.
I have proof of life, too. Hold on.
What are you doing? Why do
This
we
is
want to
just
see
one.
your tattoos on your chest? What's going on right now?
Yeah,
He's just showing off his
That's
chest.
pre-show.
He's literally
Pre-show.
flexing right now.
So
there's like one, I think it's like 6 different like
Yeah.
sets for this.
and
So-
it's
And then-
amazing. Those
They're
are
packaged
gold.
individually?
Huh? Yeah.
They're packaged individually?
Yeah.
Annoying.
The pre-painted
Um,
terrain is pretty great.
I'm not trying to show off my chest, but if I did, I'd do that.
This is why my camera angle never changes. It just stays right here.
Mine's about the same. It's also why you can't see the rest of my room.
I thought that
Okay,
was
so
We've had
We
like
had
a bunch
another-
of subscribes in a row now. This is hilarious. Thank you, Danny Janevsky, for subscribing to Prime, and Pocono Pete. This is the first show I think we've ever had people subscribe.
I know, right? And there's something called the Hype Train. I don't even know what that is.
Hype train.
Hey, wait, Danny J, like, you're on our team, dog. Like, what the hell? We know you.
You know what's funny is as far as I can tell, not everybody on our team like listens to us.
Most of us, I think most of them don't. They're like, wait, what? You guys have a podcast?
Yes.
I mean, it's probably better they don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think it might be more fun.
Yeah.
Other podcasts, their teammates listen and help out all the time, but not ours. It's weird.
Yeah.
I guess it's on
Okay, but
brand.
the quality of those podcasts, let's just...
I mean,
Are better
Sure.
than ours? No.
I mean, let's
to
be
be fair,
honest.
though,
quality of
our,
some of those Discord discussions.
Oh, well. To be fair,
I
our,
guess send
our
screenshots, guys.
podcast out is our podcast is older than our team, so maybe that's
True. Not by much, to be honest. Maybe
Yeah.
a year. It's only like a year, maybe 2 years older.
That's still a long time.
Anyway, people
On
don't
the
care
next
about
one.
that.
Anyway, so
So now we're doing the Patreon. There's going to be 2 prizes. One prize will be a terrain set from hammerheadgames.net. And we'll do that one first.
Cool. So
All right.
hammerheadgames.net terrain first.
Terrain, yeah. It's one of the early
and the
kits.
drum roll.
Nice. That's a good drum roll. I like it. I'm a big fan of that one.
And that will go to Kim.
Kim.
I think it's Kim Lors.
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
Yep. Cool.
We've talked to Kim before.
We have, absolutely. Congratulations, Kim.
Yay! Thank you for being crazy enough to give us money.
Winner,
So,
chicken dinner.
So that's the winner of the
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead Games terrain. And the grand
Hammerhead
prize
Games,
winner.
Tony makes quality stuff, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tony's good folk. Support him.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's also a friend of ours, but that's, neither here nor there. Support him anyways. 'Cause
Correct.
It's good stuff.
So the winner of this is the Gothic Ruins, right, Danny?
Yeah. It's
So
not
the
first one in
painted Gothic Ruins train set, which is just released by Frontline Gaming. I believe you can still order as well. I think I don't know if the Orc one's up yet, so we'll see.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. They previewed it,
No,
but I
it's
don't think so.
Nah, you're gonna. Yeah. So if you're gonna be at LVO, you'll be able to see it there. You should be able to see it there too, because they previewed it at the New Orleans Open last month.
Right.
So the winner of that terrain set is lucky number 13.
Yeah,
and
what
that
number?
is. Where's 13 at? Is Jackson.
Jackson.
Spelled
as
with
in,
an X?
Jackson.
as in from Go Dogs.
Jackson from Georgia
Yeah!
wins.
Jackson from
All right,
Georgia.
well.
Jack,
He
I
wore
don't
his
know where he's going to
Georgia
put
shirt The
it,
other night when we saw him, by the way. Which I was okay with, because
but
the Alabama Blues.
Jackson is the winner. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for being
Very
here,
much
John.
so. I mean, we do this regardless, but it is nice to know at least
Yeah.
a whopping 5 people care.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we do this regardless because we hardly ever advertise it.
Yeah, self-advertising anyway.
Yeah, we're
We're
very
like, hey,
bad.
people
at
listen to this? Fucking
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, cool.
I know. Where was? Oh, it was at a last LVO that happened. Someone was like, "Oh yeah, wait, you're on TFG Radio," and I was like, "I am." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I love that show." And I was like, You do? Like,
Yeah.
Well, people like it.
just like, why?
I do that a lot.
They
Too.
like the honesty.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm playing Salty John. I'm like,
Why?
I'm not gonna be salty during our game, just so you know. Like,
You should have been like, and I can't believe I'm playing you.
no, because I'm not. Because it's an act for the show.
Don't ruin the magic, John.
I'm not ruining the
It's
magic.
not. It's not an act,
I
guys.
feel
Trust
like
me, it's
people-
not an act.
It is an act.
It's not an act.
To you,
John, I've seen you in chat. It's not an act.
it is an
You don't
act.
have
Hey,
The
chat's a
internet doesn't
different world.
count. It's not
Chat's a different
real.
world.
The internet's not real life.
That's not what the internet tells me.
Well, of course, the internet's gonna
I can't
tell you it's
use
real.
it in the
Have you
plot.
seen these plans they have for Meta?
You mean Roblox for adults?
Yeah, right. God, you just fucking shoot me now.
Hey, I'm entering that world just because like got a big grant at work, which is basically just more money for me to like, hey, develop some AR VR lessons.
Things.
I'm like, okay, I'll learn how to use this system and write off getting an Oculus Rift
Oh,
and
God.
and make some nice money for like being like, okay, here's a 3D model of a subject and predicate. Like, okay.
Sure, why not?
You can be, you can be like Schoolhouse Rocks with VR version.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna use trains. It'll be easy.
Yeah.
See, now Dayton knows I'm not salty because Dayton and I have played Blood Bowl 2 leagues online.
Ooh.
And my Blood Bowl teams always had, like, people die. Like,
Yes.
I had a game where, like, 4 of my orcs died. And I was just like, oh, all right, cool.
Well, we had that game where like
Whatever.
nine out of your 11 players were like knocked out on the
Yeah.
kickoff.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh man,
And I think I lost 2. Yes.
that's amazing.
If you want to see Salty John play Fiesta mode on
Yes,
Halo
Halo.
Infinite, well, you can also see Salty Adam. So
I mean, Fiesta mode on Halo is salty everybody. Which is kind of what makes it fun, I'm not going to lie. That kind
oh,
of
we need
makes
to
it-
stream that.
We should stream some Halo. I do have it finally set up and rigged up correctly to stream.
Okay.
I just haven't done it. So we'll stream some Halo maybe next
No,
week
and
then after LV.
No, in a little less than a month, we'll be able to stream Warhammer 3.
Total
War
Warhammer
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they
doesn't make
randomize
me
weapons,
salty.
then you'll get the same effect.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
blood
really
god.
do get mad during Fiesta.
So it's yeah, it's great. I get mad too. It's just
And then
like,
the best is when I go on a killing spree and I'm just like, screw you.
oh yeah, there's a lot of giggling too.
There's a lot of
I-
giggling.
I
when
re- I
start
remember
when I
the-
use sword.
I remember
Yeah.
the glory days of the LAN party Gears of War.
Oh my god.
We used to have. Those are good times,
The
man.
best was Travis yelling at Thorn, and we
Oh,
could
yeah.
hear him in the house, and they were out in the garage. God damn it, Thorn! John he banned that sod me again. You had one job, Thorn. One job. All you had to do was stop John. He can't even play this game. All he does is run around with a stupid chainsaw on.
My favorite of that was I was in the garage, and I forget who was on my team, but it was like we were down, like it was just me. It was the 4-on-1, and I just remember hearing from the other room from you guys just being like, "Okay, we got him. It's fine." And then fuck, what happened? It's like, "Oh shit, Danny's still alive." Fuck, he has a torque bow.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, I love those LAN parties.
Oh yeah, that was classic. Kids today just don't know.
We just lost half our listeners because they're like, "What?
What's a LAN?
I know. What's a
You
land?
mean like, is that from that Wheel of Time show?
Ooh, oh, shit!" And they don't even know the books because they're illiterate.
All right. Well, thanks for supporting us, and
Yeah.
hopefully later we'll have even more.
Congratulations
cool shit
to the winners.
Yes,
Adam will be in touch. I will not
I
be
will.
touching you.
I will. So moving on. So a lot of news since the last episode, especially with the Tau stuff coming up.
to
Everyone's excited. Well, almost everyone's
Yeah,
excited.
don't say everybody's excited about Tau.
Night players are certainly not excited.
Tom had to clean up a mess in his pants. Apparently, he was so
Oh
excited.
yeah. Well,
I think
because he
he's
found
clean up a
the,
couple messes in his pants.
the
but they might
alleged
not all be
leaks.
Tau related.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Some
a
of them might be
lot of
related.
leaks going around. Like, actually more than usual. Like, there's a lot of leaks for this book. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
whatever. Don't worry about it.
It's a little weird.
Oh, well, who knows
Well,
if they're
somebody
real,
leaked
but
so much of the Eldar thing too. It's like, what the fuck's going on around here?
shitty place.
Yeah.
And they're all like weird, hazy pictures. Like, clean your fucking phone's camera lens, guy. Who is taking pictures through potato skins?
It's 60 spy cam photos.
It is
I know, right?
2022.
The
Get
kind you'd have
yourself
to
a
collect.
phone that's not 8 years old and take a picture.
The kind you had to collect 10 Wheaties box tops and send in to get those like little
Apparently, good lord.
little spy cameras.
Like, literally, are you putting like a piece of plastic between you and the pages
Yeah.
you're taking pictures of? I don't get it.
That's how you know it's legit, John.
Oh, that's
For
just
real.
a way of trying to cover it up. You're not sly. Nobody's buying it.
Anyway,
It's probably
Tau
crazy.
will murder knights, probably die miserably to many other
Maybe.
things like
I don't know.
GSC, and I imagine GSC and Drukari will still probably shit all over Tau.
With the player optimized terrain placement, I don't know how effective it can be.
Yeah.
It depends
Tau
how-
will be.
It depends how effective their crisis suits drops can be,
Mm.
right? Like that can get around terrain and like hit you from angles and actually see you. If like those are actually like highly effective, I could see maybe having some legs. But you know, like the hammerheads are like everyone's like, oh my god, the railgun. It's like on a T7 12 or 13 wound chassis.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ooh, scary.
I remember when we played Tom before. If the profile hasn't really changed that much, like Long Strike was dead turn 1.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I remember
You know?
long. Oh, you have long strike. Cool. That's what I'm killing first.
Yeah. You know, I get X amount of points for assassinate, 4 points for assassinate. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, why
GG.
I mean,
Good game, easy.
not?
Yeah, I think it'll honestly depend on their crisis suits. Like if those are good and have moves. I mean, I'm loving the thing I heard about the Onager Gauntlet actually turning one commander into an actual beat stick because it's all of his attacks get to use the the Donkey
Yeah.
Punch profile, not just one. That would
Sure.
be fun with our site of just
I
having
mean-
2 melee characters and being like, Tau
I guess, but that's a lot of current builds with other army. I don't know how much. I guess that just makes Tau more competitive, but
It gives them something to do in the assault phase.
I mean, almost every like Dark Eldar have punchy army, punchy characters with Drazar.
Dark-
and
Yeah, but Dark Elder get to do it for 80 points.
right, but I'm saying if that's what I have to deal with, if I have to deal with an Onager Gauntlet, I'll take that over the fucking Dark Eldar.
Yeah, no, that's real
Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't.
real fair.
I think a lot of people are just are looking at this too much in a vacuum. So we'll see what happens once it hits the
I'm
street,
not
which we don't even
convinced it's
know.
Amazing. I think it'll
We
be
don't even know what the
fine.
release date is.
I think it's middle of the road.
Tau,
Yeah, I think it'll be middle of the road. I don't think it's gonna be.
because of the codex or because of the players or both.
I think the codex is just gonna be a mid-powered codex. I don't think it's.
I think
it's
it'll do.
super amazing. I don't think it's terrible.
On a scale of Space Marine to original
Dark
Admech.
It's probably nerfed orc.
Okay. So like Thousand Suns area?
Yeah, Thousand Suns works. So below Grey
Okay.
Knights, below.
Okay. I mean, and
Drukhari.
I think that's a fine place to be. If especially if we get more books on that level.
Yeah. Space Marines are just. No, I just don't think they're going to be like a top tier book ever. And I would put Tau slightly above Space Marines, but below the top tier.
Okay. That sounds about right.
Space Marines are firmly mid tier. Tau
Yes.
will be above that, but they're not going to be, I don't think, in my opinion at least, top tier from what I've seen from the leaks and stuff.
Mhm.
Somebody literally just PM'd me on Facebook the entirety of the codex, which I did not
Right.
ask
Legit,
for.
or-
That was unsolicited. Please don't send me illegal things on the internet. I'm not going to click that link. There's probably going to be some weird hub link that I don't want to see. I'm just saying. Disguised
It's a weeb virus.
Weeb virus.
That's what it is. Forever gives you that stigma.
It's a tentacle virus. The worst kind of virus.
There we go. That's what it is. So Tal's coming. We don't even know what. Like I said, we don't even know when Tal's coming out. So, I mean, we'll see.
February, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. I'm looking forward to the previews and see maybe
God,
maybe in the
I hope
GW
GW's
preview.
like, man, somebody linked the whole codex. Cool, make it September.
I mean, as a Chaos Space Marine player, I'm okay with that. But yeah, hopefully they'll give another roadmap for the rest of the year, or at least the next 6 months at the GW previews on Thursday.
That'd be nice.
So I'm actually looking forward to it. It's been hyped up pretty much a lot, actually. So better live up to that hype. So that came out. We saw more stuff for the Eldar. Everyone's talking about the Dark Reapers and the face of the Dark Reapers, the very jack-o'-lantern face of the Dark Reaper.
Oh yeah, I think it looks fine.
Okay, I clicked the link.
I don't know why people are
clicked
hating.
the link. I got rickrolled.
Good to know the classics still live.
The classic, yep.
Classic lives on.
What's funny about the Dark Reaper stuff, as other people have mentioned in Facebook and online, is that a lot of those designs are the original Jess Goodwin designs that they just didn't use at the time, like 20, 30 years ago.
Excuse
Oh
me.
jeez.
Yeah. I think it's in that Eldrick book, that sketchbook the GW put out for Jess Goodwin like 5-6 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. It does look a lot like those.
Yeah. So if you look at them, it's basically more of his. It's basically the unused sketches they didn't use 20, 30 years ago. So
Yeah, I love those. The Eldar. Eldar players are getting everything they've asked for years. Stop whining.
Yeah, right.
Like seriously,
then what
there's
else are they gonna whine
making
about?
fake players on the internet
No.
happy.
They're not
This
getting
is-
everything that they want. They're not
it
getting
is-
respect.
It is just more evidence to my argument that players on the internet aren't actually players. They're players in quotation marks.
Yeah.
well, playing in your garage counts, right?
No.
Aw.
Unless you're playing against somebody in your garage.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean by yourself.
No, playing against somebody. You are not somebody. You are yourself.
What?
Correct.
Okay. So we'll see what happens with the towels. For those that don't know, the new chapter proof's coming out, and it'll actually release on the weekend of LVO.
Something to read while we're judging.
So no, we're not using it LVO. Stop asking. No, the leaked points are not going to be used. Stop asking. No, you can't use the new faction secondaries that are in that book. Stop asking.
But John, I want to.
Oh, cut a bitch.
No, you won't.
Sure, I won't. Not really. But I will take a picture of you and meme your dumb ass into the floor.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
That's
like,
your
bitch, I will
metaphorical
cyberbully
cutting.
you like a motherfucker.
That is my version
right?
of cutting a bitch. I will meme you until you wish you weren't born.
It's 2022, baby. We don't sully our hands with violence. We cyberbully. All right.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Damn, that's
That's
what the
true.
internet's for.
Cut my teeth. On
Along with
something.
those,
I got AOL chat channels and instant messenger.
Yeah, right.
AOL chat rooms, baby.
Oh, God.
Dark
King
days.
of a couple of those. To make those
Along with
cry.
the new missions and the new missions and new secondaries, we also have a bunch of points adjustments, which the Warhammer community previewed earlier today.
I don't even know what an obelisk does, let alone why it needs to be 40 points cheaper.
Well, first off, that's because nobody takes
Okay,
it.
I don't know what it does, but I
I'm
do
going to look it
know.
up right now.
I do know it needs to be way more than just 40 points cheaper.
Yeah. In 7th edition, it was like an anti-flyer vehicle, basically.
Well, I'm looking it up right now.
No, you look it up.
I am.
Well, do it.
Literally what
I
I'm
do
fucking
know
doing
it's a
right
Lord
now.
of War, which automatically makes it
Yeah,
No,
that
Lord
Test Track
usually.
Vault on the Monolith are all
Should be a
Lords of
heavy.
War.
The monolith
and
should be a
Silent
heavy.
Yeah,
The monolith should be a heavy and 100 points cheaper instead of 40.
halfway there.
Really.
Because nobody takes flyers, so who the fuck cares about the damage to flyers?
Yeah.
Like they nerf
What are you doing,
flyers.
G?
So now, so
Hey, we
let's
nerf
make
flyers
this thing
here. I
that
guess we should
damages
lower this
flyers
thing.
40 points cheaper.
So an obelisk is 370 points right now, so it goes down to 330.
God, see,
All right.
that's what I'm saying.
28 wounds,
It should be 100
T8.
points cheaper.
2 plus save. Okay, that's not bad. It has a Tesla Sphere, which is just a Strength 7 Assault 4 gun. That's Tesla. I wonder how many of this thing does it have? How many of those does it have? It has one Tesla Sphere. Oh, it can do a special attack against things that fly.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, and aircraft. And its weapon becomes Strength 8, Damage 2 if it stays still.
You're not convincing me that this is worth.
Yeah, no,
points.
this is like 330.
Yeah.
I mean, it's T8 with 28 wounds and a 2+ save. Like,
Nope.
I guess.
100
No,
points
yeah,
cheaper
that's still
and
garbage.
put it into
Yeah.
the heavy slot.
Wow, sorry, Necrons.
Yeah.
Although
Some of the other points drops are pretty spicy. The destroyer points drops are pretty spicy.
Yeah, for all the destroyers.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of play with the Necron destroyers. Like Necron players really need to lean into that. I think there's a lot of good stuff with the way they changed the rules and changed some of that stuff around with the last FAQs and stuff.
Because all the destroyer
stuff
stuff's core, right?
Yes, it's all core now. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. Warriors are still good for holding objectives, but if you go with Sautek or the other one where you just do the custom, they're all objective secured anyways. Everything's objective secured. So you can take a couple warrior squads, so they're double obsec, hold the backfield, push forward a bunch of obsec destroyers that are core, and now it's cheaper.
It's sounding like work.
I think it might be good. So I think Necron players should try it out and let me know, so I know if I need to finish the Necron army I have.
You mean we have?
We have. Well, some of it is just mine.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of it is everybody's.
True.
A lot of vehicles went down in points, but I don't know if it's enough to take those vehicles.
No, again, the Space Marine vehicles needed to go down like 50 to 80 points.
Wow, that's a lot.
But
that puts a lot of them up to 100.
If you want them to take them, they have to be worth the points that they cost.
Well,
they're not
we need
worth the
vehicles
points they
for
cost.
hammerheads to shoot at.
Yeah. Come on, John.
And that's the joke. I think there's even that meme literally in the memes that are going through the show right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you want them to be viable, they have to be cheap enough that they're worth the points. So.
I was planning to build Lehman Russes, so I guess I'm going to build more. I do have 2 Plague Burst crawlers, though. If I ever get my Death Guard army back from Ish.
So no.
You'll never be playing Death Guard?
No, I'm not. I won't.
But I mean, Plague Burst crawlers going down. Like everybody was already taking 3. Why you drop the points?
Because they raised the points of the what was that guy? The Foul Blightspawn. Foul Blightspawn. It essentially balances it out because it both went down and the other one went up 15 points.
That's true.
Oh, jeez.
It's a little strange,
Right.
but sure, okay. I guess that's technically balancing, right? Like that's probably the purest definition of that, but I don't think it's what's intended.
Mephiston went down 15. A couple of the Flyers went down 15. Thunderwolf Cav went down 5. Wolfen went down 2. A whole 2 points each. Some people are excited about the Black Knights going down by 5 points.
The Corvus Black Knight?
The Dark Angel Black Knights.
Oh, yeah.
Like the biker.
Yeah.
The bikers went down
Not that
5
flyer
points
thing
each.
for the Death Wing or Death Watch.
Well, that went down 2, but nobody's still going to take it because it's not good.
No one takes flyers.
Points that went up. Danny, your Hive Guard went up 5 points.
He shrugged. Of course.
To be expected. I have
Because,
Pressure Stampede. I don't need Hive Guard.
Exists,
I've
so-
evolved beyond Hive Guard.
Yeah.
God. John, your Volkite with Lightning Locks.
Yeah, might as well kick Space Marines while they're down for some reason.
No, that's the Morax ones went up 5.
That's the other one is the Volkite. The Culverins went up 10 points. So each one is 15 points. So now that adds basically 20 points. It doesn't matter. To be honest, I still take 2.
Yeah, absolutely you would. Of course you would. Yeah.
Because that's only 20 points more.
Lightning
And
Locks
that's
and
like
Volkites are still good enough at that price point that you're still going to take them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Lightning Lock is still super good. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I rolled 12 dice and rolled 6 6s.
Yeah.
which exploded
I rolled
into
12
another
dice and get 18 hits.
12 shots. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What?
What was the record you hit on me? Did you get like you got like 22 hits on me in one game?
Yeah.
With a lightning.
Well, I did. I went full Live the Dream on you with the Tesla Destructors once with Necron Flyers. Remember in 6th?
Oh yeah, God, that was
shooting at
brutal.
your Tyranids. It was.
Yeah.
I think it was 8 shots, and I rolled all 8 6s.
Yeah.
Which exploded. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I lived the dream.
Nice.
I killed that flying hive tyrant real good.
Yeah, that Hive Tyrant was. Yeah, he didn't get reabsorbed.
No, that guy was.
Yeah. And the orc, one of the orc vehicles, the squig buggy, the infamous one, went up 20, and then the beast boss went up 30 points.
Why?
My favorite thing
I've never
today.
even seen that on table.
My favorite thing today was in the orc
I
group. Somebody goes, "Did you see this? Well, now what HQ are you taking?" And like the first 18 comments were, "I'm still taking the squig boss on the squig." Like I'm still taking.
He's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, "I'm still taking that guy. What are you taking instead?"
There was like 2 or 3 of them in Mark Perry's army
Yeah.
at New Orleans, and it just went through whatever after everything else was dead in the army.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. I mean, it's worth the points. Same with like the Volkite and some of the other stuff, like the Nemesis Dread Knights, 10 points. Who cares? You know, that's
Yeah, if
it's
you really
not
wanted to
that's
stop
gonna
seeing
take
so
5
many
of them.
Nemesis Dread Knights, you'd bump them 50 points each.
yeah.
Like,
Otherwise, you just drop
these
it.
minor changes are not enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you
Until
really
Tau
want to
come out.
incentivize, you gotta.
yeah. Until Tau come out, starting raising everything.
And then those baby Bjorns are gonna be looking real sad. It's like, oh, I didn't go for it. Oh, I can't hide everything. Oh shit.
I know, right?
We got questions.
We do?
Is that
my
next?
God.
Yeah, that's next. So let's do. If you have any questions in the chat, go ahead and ask them now if you haven't already, which you doesn't stop you guys.
No, they haven't stopped yet.
From the Patreon Facebook group. One questions from Josh from Van Nuys, I'm assuming. I don't know. Who's John's favorite Roman emperor, and why is it Aurelian?
Okay, so it's not Aurelian.
Oh, spicy take.
Trajan.
My favorite Roman emperor is Trajan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trajan, his construction project in Rome was amazing. Building that marketplace where they literally like carved it out of the mountain. They carved one of the hillsides out and then built it back into it in a half circle pattern to like hold the hill back and everything.
Okay.
Like and the fact that it was something that was fully for the people without it being something that was also like caused death. Like, an amphitheater or a new Circus Maximus or something, right? Like it was legit just for let's provide this for the people. Like Trajan was, in my mind, the best. And I just finished a couple months ago the Memoirs of Hadrian, which is like the fictional Memoirs of Hadrian. And my favorite part of that book was the beginning of the book where he's under the tutelage of Trajan.
See, mine's Hadrian because he built a wall. He actually built a wall, unlike some presidents.
And his wall actually worked.
I mean, mostly.
Mostly.
True.
It worked until they stopped manning it because,
Yeah, they
collapse.
left.
But, it's just imperial collapse, which you can look around and see. It does funny things to the ability to man your walls properly.
I have no idea
True.
what that looks like.
No,
Yeah.
none whatsoever. I'm just
None
looking up
whatsoever.
pets for my dog on Amazon.
Yeah.
Kevin from Kentucky, I'm assuming,
It sounds like a Florida name.
wants to know, where is Tom?
I mean,
Which is apt because Tom is now gone
yeah,
from
he-
today.
he's allegedly
But we
doing
saw-
work and yet still sending us Facebook messages. So
Yeah. But we still have
He's
Mannequin
playing
Tom.
He just got a Switch. He's playing Breath of the Wild for the first
I know,
time.
right?
It's just like, oh my god.
We still have Mannequin Tom, right?
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Where's Mannequin Tom at, John?
There's no mannequin Tom. My wife's
Where-
mannequin
where-
is over there.
He was
The
bad.
sewing
He's in the
mannequin's
pit.
corner.
He's in the pit.
He's in the corner.
He was naughty.
Stuck in the corner.
Putting on the lotion.
Puts the lotion on skin or gets the hose again.
The hose again. Again, this is where we need to cut in goodbye horses.
John says he's taking our drink orders now for the delay between rounds 1 and 2.
That's probably a smart idea.
Red Bull vodka, baby. Oh, that's what I'm going to need for that.
Traditional Jack and Coke for me. Jack and Diet Coke.
Jack and Diet for me too, but a double.
Ish from LA wants to know, why haven't I finished Adam's Death Guard yet? He's also asking advice on dealing with the Tyranid list, I guess the Crusher Stampede.
I mean, there's a couple answers. Be able to peace trade, right?
I like that
be able
nothing
to
came
peace trade
immediately
better
to
than-
mind, Danny.
No, I was putting my thoughts into order. So I think Dark Eldar is still a problem for Tyranids, between poison and just having the ability to peace trade better, right? Because you can sacrifice, like, again, an 80-point character and probably kill Swarmlord, right? And it's like, Swarmlord's like, oh well, I fight on death, haha, I got you. It's like, cool, okay, like that was a fair trade, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think what is it? Not so DE is a problem. Depending on the orcs, maybe if they go first, they might have enough heat to actually shoot off enough of your threats to not care.
It's possible.
Armies with just chaff that can actually absorb your charges and kind of delay you for another turn can suck. I think the Custode bikes with the D3 plus 3 damage missiles suck for Crusher Stampede real bad. Honestly think what is it? Dark Angels could be a problem just because, like, our beasts hit pretty damn hard, but when you're going against like Transhuman and like a 4+ Invul and all this, like all of a sudden, like the beasts that can really punch hard start to waver against that because it's just
on Deathwing is difficult.
Yeah, we just can't. It's just hard to punch. We don't have enough. The things that can really hurt Deathwing, we don't have enough attacks to get through the 4+. Don't get through Transhuman, then the 4+ Invul.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, right.
That's pretty rough. And but yeah, I mean, I think Tyranids are in a really good place. I think they're a very meta-skewing list with the Crusher Stampede. But I mean, it's really about, unless they're doing like kind of a weird shooty build, most of them will be either packing like a Scythe Hero Duel or something like that. And the big thing I see people make the mistake of is Crusher Stampede is really good at amping up one thing, like getting a Harridan, getting it like a 4++, and then feel no pain, and then because you're Leviathan, giving it exploding 6s and all this other stuff. So like, if you're actually capable of like, well, I'm just gonna let that thing do its thing and annihilate everything that's not buffed, right? There's not being protected. You actually have some plays because it's like, well, all right,
ban Forge Roll. Yes.
Okay, you can do that. So like I said, I think it's definitely a strong list. I love it, but it has some bad matchups. I think Dark Eldar is the worst one by far.
Yeah.
But anything that's MSU that can peace trade with them is going to be a problem because, especially if you have a lot of either really high damage, so 3 damage plus, where the -1 doesn't matter, or you just have volume of fire, right? Where it's just like, yeah, cool. Your -1 damage doesn't mean when I put 40 shots into you, right? I gotta make you take 30 saves. Like, cool, have fun.
Yeah, we were hoping to put that to the test this past Tuesday, but my wife decided to get sick.
Yep. Stupid COVID. It's all right. I mean, my son decided that same Tuesday to be like, I'm not sleeping, or I will sleep, but only if you are right next to me. And the moment you move, I will wake up. And I'm like, oh God. Cool.
What faction will win LVO? I think Custodes wins LVO.
You think Custodes?
I think Custodes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think it's new enough that it throws enough people for a loop that they're not prepared for it. And it's its own... This is the only shining moment in the sun for Custodes for all of 9th edition. That's my prediction.
There are a lot of Custodes players, yes.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on what the top two... I mean, I'll know when I can actually...
Okay, name your top 8 then. Let's go top 8 first.
Okay, so...
In terms of armies.
Oh,
armies. What? Just name every army. Top 8. Top 4.
Yeah, top 4 is better.
Top 8. Good God. Let's just name half.
Because there's always a sneaky person. There's always a sneaky
person. We've done top 8 before because we've said like 5... Yes, we have.
Yeah, because we do like 3 DE, like the one time where it's
so
like
how many Dark Eldar, how many Marines, how many... We've done it before,
you're
John.
saying in the top 8. I thought you meant name your top 8 choices for factions that would win.
No, this is just an NBA playoffs where every team makes it.
Thing. Okay, go ahead. So, yeah, you go first, Adam. This is your stupid idea.
Oh, since it's my stupid idea. Let's see. I think at least 4 Dark Eldar. It's gonna be like all aliens, and then like
All Xenos.
like 4 Dark Eldar, some Crusher Stampede. I'll say 2, and then some type of Imperial. I'll go Custodes with at least 1. Can't even think of another one. Maybe Orcs. I think Orcs might sneak in.
Yeah.
Depends who's playing. That's where I'll go.
Yeah, I'm always with depends what the top players are playing, but I don't think they have their.
I don't think Imperium's going to make a big showing.
No. This is not going to be the year of the Imperium, in my opinion.
No,
Unless
it's not
Custodes
LVO
win it all.
2020.
Yes.
Yeah. LVO 2020, where it was the year of Imperium.
Well, it was the year of Leviathan.
Yeah, Leviathan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of the wins taken out of the sales of Grey Knights, Jeff. I think a lot of people have solved it. A lot of people know what they're doing against it now, so it's a little bit different. For my top 8, I will definitely put 1 Grey Knight, 1 Custodes.
Okay.
Those are like the only Imperial factions I can really see making it.
Yeah.
A Grey Knight and a Custode. I think that definitely at least 1 or 2 Nids makes it. Definitely 1 or 2 Drukhari. I think probably at least 1 Orc player, and then Sean Naden with whatever he's going to play.
I think it's Eldari.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll do Eldari, Drukhari, Harlequin, whatever. But I think whatever Sean Naden plays will make top 8.
So the Sean Naden faction will bring in Sean Naden.
Mm-hmm.
Danny?
I gonna vote for Sean Naden.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 2 Dark Eldar, 2 Crusher Stampede. So I got 3 more left. I think there's gonna be. I think a GSC will sneak in.
Okay.
I think a GSC will sneak in just because it's new,
Sure.
and it's just going to catch a lot of people off guard. A lot of people just won't be built for it, so it'll just, you'll get someone who's just going to suddenly, streak. I think they'll get bounced maybe the first round in top 8, but they'll
still make top 8.
They'll get there, and then I'll say 2 Custodes. I think Custodes are maybe the only ones who are going to make it
Right.
from the Imperium. I don't think Grey Knights will, because I think the Crusher Stampede Grey Knight matchup is real good for Crusher Stampede.
Yeah.
And so I think they'll eventually run into each other and the Crusher Stampede will start knocking them out.
I mean, Grey Knights just have to run into Death Guard too, because
Oh yeah.
they're really not that great into Death Guard.
No, they're like sisters, and sisters don't like Death Guard either.
Yeah.
So, but I think Crusher Stampede is well designed to beat the current Grey Knight build.
Janeski wants to know how to win LVO. You bribe the judges.
Play this game
I only take 100
twice a day
Yeah, play this game twice
for
a day.
a couple years.
Mhm.
Yeah. Every army. Play every army.
Yeah, know every army's rules backwards and forwards. Know every mission backwards and forwards. Know what your deployment is, depending on the mission, depending on your opponent, where it's just rote. You're like, okay, I'm going to place this terrain here. I'm going to do this. I'll put this model here, blah, blah, blah. And and maybe you got a chance.
Gangster's pair of dice, Brandon Grant is not going.
No, he's not.
But yeah, if he was going and playing Sisters, I would say yes. Sisters would make it.
Might give him good odds to get there.
Brandon Grant and
Richard Siegler. Siegler's not going.
Yeah. But so Grant, Siegler, and Naden are 3 people who I'd be confident saying probably will make top 8. If they're going.
Lennon.
They're not. Lennon, yeah. I mean, maybe, but there's a bigger field than at the U.S.
Brad
I
Chester.
Think of the Art of War guys, I think Chester and Siegler are the better players. I mean, those players are all great. I'm not trying to say any of them are bad. Yeah. I would never do that. they'd all beat all of us on this podcast, no problem.
Right, but within that group, there's still a hierarchy.
Within that group, Siegler and Chester are, in my opinion, the best.
Just like in our group currently, I am the better player.
No. I won the last league.
You're now 0-3, John.
Whatever, it doesn't count because I took a league off. I'm just
No, you didn't. You 0-3.
I'm throwing it in for this league.
No. You missed it. Your excuse should be, well, it doesn't matter. I'm in pod 1. Where are you?
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can fuck right off. I'm in pod 1. Thank you, Danny. You don't get a say on what I can do. I'm in the higher pod than you.
Yeah, you can. I took a season off.
I do like that we all said Crusher Stampede would be in the top and not NIDS.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Crusher Stampede so far comes up in rulings. So, for forever now, there's been a problem with NIDS where you had like, okay, so can I use my Lash Whips and fight on death, and then like also fight on death with the strap, right?
Oh yeah.
And nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, that's never been an issue
come
because
up.
no one ever
come
ran
until
things with that.
Crusher Stampede.
Yeah,
And
made
now
them
all of a
good.
sudden everybody cares, because before this it was literally like you're playing a Tyranid player and they're like, oh, so I have Lash Whips and I died, and then I also have this other strat, so I can like fight twice on death. And the player playing the Tyranid player would literally look at the score sheet and be like, okay, guy, sure, go ahead and fight twice.
Yeah. Your Hive Tyrant gets his 4 attacks. Awesome.
And now all of a sudden, because of Crusher Stand, people were like, oh my god, they can't actually do that, right?
Right, yeah.
Literally my favorite thing that has come out of all the rulings, of the 300 plus like requests and the 150 plus emails, my favorite one is the fact that nobody cared about this loophole for the Tyranids at all
For years.
until now.
Hell, to be honest, I never thought of it just because I'm like, man, why would I take Lash Whips? Hive Tyrants suck in melee.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why would I ever take this? I'm not even going to think twice about this. Let me get them guns. And now it's like, wait, I can have a Hive Tyrant with 10 attacks?
Yeah.
Hey.
Is Brad Chester running Crusher Stampede? I don't know.
I think so. What's funny is he's there. He's going to be at LVO after having surgery. Apparently, he had surgery a couple weeks ago.
Okay, well, I hope he is fine.
He's fine enough to go to LVO.
Was there a decision on how GW terrain will be used? Yes, it is not going to be used in the champs. It's going to be used in the narrative and friendly tournaments.
So there you go.
Which makes a lot of sense because the GW terrain is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Gorgeous.
And so I think in the friendly tournament and then the narrative in particular, that's going to be great terrain for them. It is beautiful. It's thematic. It matches the mats amazingly. So it lucked out that we're not going to need to use it in the champs, so we don't have to make that decision.
Yeah. I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Rather not choose between two children.
But if you have a chance to go walk by those tables, having gone to 2 U.S. Opens to judge, that it is some amazing terrain. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah. From Dan from Detroit. He's asking kill saws plus 2 attacks or plus 1.
Okay, wait a minute. The guy asking about orcs is literally from Detroit.
Oh, I don't know.
Where
I
they
just said
build
that.
all the kill rigs.
I mean, maybe.
I just did it for alliteration.
Okay. What about saws?
So kill saw says each time the bear fights, if it is equipped with 2 kill saws, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon.
Yeah.
So is it 1 attack or 2 attacks?
It's got 2 kill saws.
That's what they're asking.
Yeah, I think it's plus 2.
Wait. Well, I mean, it depends because with Tyranids, it's only 1, no matter how many bone swords you have.
Read it again.
Yeah, what's the exact verbiage?
Each time the bearer fights, if it is equipped with 2 kill saws, it makes 1 additional attack with this. It says this weapon, even though it says 2 kill saws.
I would say it's just plus 1 because it's 2 kill saws equal plus 1.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But I'm biased just because I want people to suffer the way I suffer with bone swords.
That is weird.
I don't know.
I'd have to think about it, and then I'd have to look up the other instances. I'd have to look up bone swords. I'd have to look up a chain sword.
I can do that.
Chain sword just says 1 additional attack. I have to actually look at chain sword.
WTC said 2. I don't know.
Okay, so then we're going with 1.
Oh, damn.
We're literally in a
usually wrong,
Discord
to
of
be
those
fair.
guys where we discuss rules. They're fine.
We're picking a fight with them, apparently, with everybody this episode.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, we are.
I know Daddy wants to.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I'd rule that. I would really need to look up all the other instances. And
So Chainsword says each time a bear fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon, but it doesn't have the caveat of if you have 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
that's
the way
different
that
than
was
what's
worded, I would give you plus 2.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is in the FAQ. If you have 2 chain swords, you get plus 2 attacks.
I don't know. I'd probably err on the side of plus 2.
I usually go
It's not
with
an
the more.
official ruling. Nobody can take a video of this and then bring it to LVO
Show everybody.
and show everybody what I said, and it's not official.
Because what I'm going to say
on YouTube.
is,
Hold on, real
I would say, I know, because I would say it was. I go with the harsher version usually, so I would say +1. There, now you have
So
a
Pocono Pete's question, apparently, he just said.
yeah.
Oh, well, if it's for Pocono, then, he gets +3 attacks. Everyone else +1.
Apparently, if you're a Patreon member,
Hell yeah.
we can give you favorable rulings.
Damn it, I thought that's how it works.
Yeah.
So with
Well,
bone
what's your
sword,
favorite?
it's a model armed with monstrous bone swords can make 1 additional attack with them in the fight phase.
Right.
That's the language. That's the verbiage on bone swords.
And that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a bit
think
more
it's very
looser.
different. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what comes up.
Ask us again next week.
Yeah.
Ask us at
Friday
LVO.
morning.
I think we'll take the GW approach, and the old school GW toll-free phone number approach, where it's a different answer every time you call.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not do that. That sounds terrible.
You sure?
Yes.
It's more fun for me anyway.
Sure is.
Well, you're used to calling up phone numbers and getting random people and charging them charging you money.
Not anymore.
That's also true.
Oh wait, they still do that, don't they?
I wouldn't know.
Isn't it called OnlyFans? I don't know.
Now
Yeah.
it is.
Damn. I like how you just mumbled that right in there and it went under the radar for a minute.
Oh,
Any other questions in the chat? I don't think there is. I think we're running out of questions.
I think so too, yeah. Kara Quinn, we wouldn't know. He said 900 numbers still exist, and I said we wouldn't know.
Question mark.
The internet exists.
No, I think that's it for the questions.
All right.
Podcast Grand Alliance, Adam. Tell them about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yes. Don't forget about the podcast Grand Alliance. Includes a number of different podcasts other than ours. Includes the other one we do, which is Pod Save the Imperium. We just recently had an episode out in regarding to Cryptman's Gambit, which has to do with the Octarius zone, which just came out.
It was a mistake. A mistake.
No, it was fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I think the
It was
Inquisition
fine.
was a mistake.
It's a whole other discussion.
That should be an episode.
Yeah.
Also includes the Flying Monkey podcast, if you're, which includes one of the LVO judges with Bam.
Yeah.
And they talk mainly the Midwest meta. It's similar humor anyway to ours, maybe a little more. But it's a lot of fun to listen to. If you're into Age of Sigmar, you can listen to Party at the All Points with who's on that one, Danny?
Dayton.
Dayton.
Tristan, and Bud.
Dayton and Tristan were both in the chat at the beginning of the show, if you were there.
Yeah.
Dayton, we'll see at LVO. He'll be playing Age of Sigmar. He's the large Canadian fireman who will probably be in some form of undress.
He
and
said
handing
it
out
was
stickers.
a romper this year in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's been romper. He's been doing the romper
He
lately.
said a romper.
Yeah.
The adult romper.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it. What else is in the podcast, the Grand Podcast Alliance?
We used to have another TFG radio one, but I think that one died.
Yes, as far as
Or
I
are we
know.
doing this like the whichever the 12th Legion, where I'm like, we don't talk about them.
I wasn't going to talk about them, but you already mentioned them, so now I have to,
Redacted.
I have to delete that part in the audio.
Redacted.
Yeah, and Exterminatus, my place.
Virus bomb.
You wish, Danny. Well, that's our 100th episode. Any fond memories of the past 100?
episodes.
No, just salt.
Just salt.
Just salt. No,
John is
I've
just salt.
I've come to appreciate that it gives me some hobby time every month.
It's like the only hobby time you get.
Pretty much. And I just appreciate how, despite knowing Tom for quite some time, I feel like since he's been, he's ever been a regular on the show, but since he pops up more now, I appreciate
Special guest.
Yeah, our special guest. I appreciate the viciousness has only increased against him. And I feel like there's just so much more fertile ground that I'm excited for the future about that. That's all.
Oh my god.
I enjoy being the only Catholic 40K podcast.
That's true. When when I mentioned it, it was true. We were all thinking. I mean,
I think we still are, as far as I know.
what is it? El Vos
I mean, nobody else
de
counts that.
Horus might be, but I don't know.
We're
We'd
the
have to
only
ask
ones
them.
that
Oh,
The Spanish
you're not
language
willing
one.
to
I
own
mean,
you don't get
it's
it.
true. They didn't brand it first, so
No,
internet
that was us.
rules.
Trademark.
well, they could always, but they also like. I have to double check, but I think they're only 30K, isn't it?
No, I thought they did 40K stuff.
I don't know. I'll have to research that, which means I have to
30K
brush
doesn't
up on.
exist. That's not a thing.
I wish it did, though. But then I have to paint another army. I don't need that right
Marines
now.
on Marines with Solar Auxilia pushed in there.
That's why it's balanced, John.
Although
That's
I will
why-
say,
That's why you use 7th edition rules with them.
I know, right?
God, don't give
It's
me
just so you could
PTSD
play
like
7th
that.
ed.
Don't mention the devil.
No, 6th edition was the devil.
6th edition was pretty bad, but 7th edition had Taudar.
That was fine.
Yeah, until people
Had
tried to
warp
like magnetize their waists and disassemble their models so they could fit them places.
Oh, that's something else entirely.
It
You
only
can't-
happened in
Yes,
7th
man.
edition.
KR Quinn, yes, it does. It counts as church.
This does count for
Yeah.
church.
It does, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, we're working on being able to have the power of indulgences, but we're not going to say that just yet. But I'll let you know.
Hey man, it worked for centuries. Don't knock it. How do you think they built all those cathedrals?
I think I have my online certificate somewhere.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
literally like an online minister?
A Unitarian. Yeah,
No, I'm not a Unitarian.
that's what they are.
My
brother-
sister,
know.
my sister has one of those. She's an online minister.
my
She
brother
marries people all the
has-
time.
He can marry
Now that
you.
we
and he can
talked about it,
divorce
I may want to get one. But thank you. For me, it's been a long, arduous road. A lot of ups and downs, mainly
Mostly
down.
Yep.
Please, this is not that hard to do.
It's not. It's the mental aspect of it. The depression because Tom's not here.
Depression.
Yeah, because I have no one to make fun of.
Oh, that's fair.
Makes me depressed. Makes me sad. John won't let us see Mannequin Tom.
He's
Where's
literally
Mannequin
shoved
Tom?
in the corner.
They go get him.
There's like a
Why
bunch
do
of
you have
stuff in the
Mannequin
way. I
Tom in
can't
the
get it
corner?
out. The worst. This is how little Natalie uses the mannequin to sew. It literally can be in that corner for another 1.5 to 2 years. And if it gets moved, the only reason it'll get moved is because we decide to put like a shelf in that corner or something. In which case it'll go back to over there somewhere.
You should bring Tom out once in a while.
Yeah.
Tom doesn't need
Give us his words of wisdom.
stick
Yeah.
the damn thing in the corner.
See, get dressed up, get taken someplace pretty.
Yeah. use them so you can go in the diamond lane.
Sir, you can't drive in the carpool lane with a mannequin. Excuse you. Did you just assume my spouse?
Oh my god.
Did you just assume the nature
more
of my
quality
relationship
content.
with the item in my front seat?
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm the only one with a pronoun showing on this show. I'm just saying.
It's what, salty?
Squadcast lets you put in your pronoun. I
Yeah,
put
Yeah,
in
I
my
see
pronoun.
salty.
None of
Yeah,
you
I see
did.
salty. I see John. I see John salty.
None of y'all got pronouns. I'm just saying.
That's all right.
I don't feel I need to be defined by language that way.
Maybe I'll put Latinx just to trigger Danny.
Oh god.
It really does. That's how I knew I was old.
I can go on a whole rant about it, but we'll call it there. Thank you everybody for listening.
We
For
could
the first
really
time I saw
get
that, I
people
was just
going
really
and
like-
put the flag in the background again.
Oh,
no, we can't.
No, because nowadays, thanks to like fucking assholes like Arch, like people are way too serious about that and being like, oh yeah, and it's just like, like when you are weird compared to other Warhammer players, you really need to reassess your life.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think that's
Why play
something you
Chaos?
need to
Because I'm
think
against
One
that
of my
stuff.
favorite episodes is still when we used to all get here at the house and do it, and we
Oh,
used
yeah.
to put the Imperial flag back there, and that
Yeah.
white supremacist showed up, and he started to talk, and we were like, "Dude, this is not what you think.
This is not what
guy.
you think it is.
And then we were like, and then we literally had the conversation about how do we ban somebody from our Twitch chat?
Right. Yeah.
There's literally one person banned from the Twitch chat, and it's that guy.
Nels
I also
Wonder.
like just the earnestness of like showing up like, so this is a white supremacist chat, right? Like, you know, like
Yeah, I was like, do you
He
see
was
the
on it.
other guys on the screen besides me? No, it's not. Get out of here.
They don't see color, John.
Yeah, Sure they don't.
He was a white supremacist. He was a white nationalist.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Danny, do you have any other last words besides that?
My usual: play games, be nice to each other. It's not that hard. Just actually play the fucking game and just be nice to each other.
Especially at LVO. Don't make our job harder than it already is, especially with PCP.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
John.
Oh, say hi to
go ahead.
Leo if you're going.
Oh, yeah,
I was
don't
just say, if you're
say hi
going,
to us.
please say hi to us. We enjoy it.
Walking around, look for a purple shirt.
Yep.
Just say hi, how much you enjoy the show.
Or how much you hate it. That's fine too.
Um,
Remember, this is your time to complain. If you've ever been like, you know what, man, fuck TFG Radio. I hate what they said about this. I'm like, you know where we are?
All they ever do
Come
is
say
piss
hi.
you two off by telling you how much they like my rants.
that doesn't
piss
piss
me
me
off.
off, but okay.
Oh, it
me
bothers
chuckle.
you. I don't
You.
like to tell.
It makes me
For
chuckle.
sure. Then you go around saying, I'm not really like that.
Well, I'm not in person.
Oh, okay.
I'm quite.
Let's switch over to Halo Infinite and see how that goes.
The
That's
internet
still
is not real life.
That's different.
We've gone over this multiple times on the show. The internet is not real life.
Why are people twerking on me when I die?
Yeah.
Oh, last night I was on a teabagging frenzy.
Yeah, he was doing that more than killing, but it was fine.
It was not more than killing. I had several games where I had a 3-1 KD.
Pretty good.
Thank you, Airborne. He disagrees with your idea about reversible condoms, John. But John, any last words?
I feel like Airborne
For
might be
today?
from Alabama, married to his cousin.
He said he's from, I don't know where he's from. John, any last words for tonight's episode?
Yeah, enjoy LVO. Come say hi.
Any
hang
dire
out.
warning
Let's
for
have good
LVO?
times. Good times at LVO.
All right, well, with that said, thank everybody for listening once again. We'll see you at LVO. Make sure to come by and say hi. Really appreciate it. Even if you don't like the show or don't like what we say, we don't care. As long as we just like being listened to. We don't. If you talk to any of us after we make a ruling, you know we don't care.
Yeah, that part of our personalities online is actually real.
Hey, man, that was a long call. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So again, thank you for
Would say
listening.
Sorry? No.
No.
Why?
Those words aren't going to go well.
I know. At least not for 40K. Thank you again. Once again, thank you everybody for listening, especially for the last 100 episodes. Especially if you listen from the beginning, which is 200 plus episodes. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more because I'll at least continue doing this as long as I enjoy it, and so far I enjoy it.
Same.
But thank you once again. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
See ya.